Morning everyone. In this video we are going to see body fluid and circulation, class 11, chapter number 18. Let us start with our first topic, that is blood and lymph. Simple organisms such as sponges, coelentrates have simple body organization. These are in direct contact with an atmosphere, thus do not require any circulatory system. They instead circulate water from their surroundings into their body cavities. This facilitates the cell to exchange the gas and excretory substance with immediate surrounding. In more complex organisms, special fluids are used to transport these substances within the body. Blood and lymph are the two types of fluid that act as carrier in the body. Blood is a special connective tissue comprises of a fluid matrix, plasma and formed element. The plasma forms the fluid medium in which the blood floats and carry out different important functions. Plasma is the raw straw-colored viscous, slightly alkaline, aqueous body fluid. It forms about 55% of blood. If we see composition of plasma, it consists of organic and inorganic substance, 90 to 92% water and 6 to 8% solutes in it. The solutes found in plasma are various ions, glucose, traces of other sugar, plasma, protein, amino acids, hormones, cholesterol, lipids, urea, other waste, and other organic acids. Factor for clotting or coagulation of blood are also present actively in plasma. Plasma without the blood clotting factor is called serum. Plasma protein. Protein found in plasma are very important as they are responsible for providing viscosity to the plasma. The major protein found in plasma are fibrinogen, globulins, and albumins. Function of plasma: it provides body immunity, maintenance of blood pH, helps in preservation of blood loss. Let us come to the formed element. The formed elements or blood corpuscles include erythrocytes, leukocytes, and platelets. Erythrocytes, that is red blood cell. The most abundant of the cell found in blood. They are red in color due to the presence of pigment called hemoglobin, which act as an oxygen carrier. The formation of RBC takes place in red bone marrow in adult. Shape of RBC are disc shape, biconcave with a diameter of 7 to 8 microns. The shape of RBC is slightly variable as there are no cell organelles found in it. Whole volume is filled with hemoglobin. If we see lifespan, it is about 120 days, after which hemoglobin become non-functional and get destroyed in spleen. So spleen is called as graveyard of RBC. Then is leukocytes, white blood cells. They are known to be the most active and motile constituent of blood as well as lymph. They do not possess red color pigment in them, that is hemoglobin, so they are colorless. They are nucleated and are generally short-lived. The number of RBCs are relatively lesser in number. They move in amoeboid fashion. They can squeeze through capillary wall and move to the site of action. Leukocytes or white blood corpuscles are categorized into two main categories such as granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes includes neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, and agranulocytes, lymphocytes, monocytes. Then let us come to the platelets. Platelets, these are the cell fragments produced from megakaryocytes. Structure is oval-shaped, disc-like. Platelets contain mitochondrial Golgi bodies and they help in coagulation of blood. Let us come to the blood group. The plasma membrane of RBC contains certain lipoproteins molecules called antigens. These differ in different persons depending upon the nature of antigens. Two important common type of blood grouping found in human beings: ABO blood grouping and RH blood grouping. It is reported by Carl. It is based on the presence or absence of antigen A or B on the surface of RBC. People with blood group A have antigen A on their surface and have antibodies against antigen B in their plasma. While people with blood group B, the case is vice versa to the blood group. Apart from both of these blood group, people with blood group A and B have both antigen A and B on their RBC surface and no antibodies for either of the antigen in their plasma. A, B, O blood group are discovered by Lanster. Blood group AB was discovered by Castello. In people with blood group O, both antigen A and B are not present on the RBC, but they have antibodies against the plasma. This distribution of antigens and antibodies in flow blood group A, B, AB, and O. Then RH blood grouping. Apart from antigen discussed in the just now, another antigens known as RH antigens, similar to the one present in rhinus monkey, is also found on RBC surface in majority of the human, including having Rh antigens are called as Rh positive and those without Rh antigen are called as Rh negative. Rh group is mandatory to be matched before the transfusion of blood is done. An Rh minus person, if get exposed to Rh plus blood, it will form antibodies against the Rh antigens. Then coagulation of blood or clotting of blood. When an injury is caused, the wound normally does not continue to bleed for a long time and the blood stops flowing after some time. It is a natural property exhibited by the blood to check the excessive loss of blood from the injury or trauma. Clotting of blood is a complex process that involves various enzymatically controlled steps for its completion. An injury causes stimulation of platelets cells to release certain platelets factor. This in turn activates the mechanism of coagulation or clotting at the site of injury. Thermoplastin helps in the formation of enzyme prothrombinase that converts inactive plasma protein into prothrombin into active form thrombin. The thrombin thus acts as a proteolytic enzyme to convert fibrinogen molecules to form insoluble fibrin monomers. This reaction requires thermokinase, an enzyme complex which is formed by the series of linked enzymatic reactions, which involves a number of various factors present in plasma in their inactive state. Both the changes mentioned above require calcium ions for their reaction. Finally leads to the formation of clot or coagulation. If we see function of blood, blood helps in transportation of respiratory gas. It helps in healing of wound, maintenance of blood pH, fight against the infection, coagulation of blood, and so on. Let us come to the lymph. If we say what is the composition of lymph, it is colorless, containing high concentration of WBCs. The overall composition of lymph is similar to blood, but there is absence of RBC in it. It also contains all the ions present in the blood. Function of lymph is it acts as an important carrier of nutrient hormone. Absorption of fat also occurs through lymph. Helps in keeping the tissue cell moist. In the next video, we are going to see circulatory pathway. Thank you.